All right, good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for everyone. Thanks everybody for coming out today. I'm Greg Heller. I'm Executive Director of the Philadelphia Redevelopment Authority, and we're here today to announce the launch of a major new initiative, Restore, Repair, Renew, Philadelphia's Home Preservation Loan Program. This $40 million program will give Philadelphia's homeowners access to the capital they need to invest in their most important asset, to keep their homes in good condition, healthy, safe, and accessible. This program will allow our partner lenders to provide 10-year, 3%, let me say that again, 3% fixed-rate loans for Philadelphia homeowners with incomes up to 120% of the area median income and with credit scores as low as 580. We have flyers available throughout the reception room. Is that true? Yes, here they are over here that detail the program and the eligibility requirements. Philadelphia's Housing Action Plan, which came out in the fall, calls for us to maintain nearly 30,000 affordable homes over the next decade. A critical strategy to maintaining affordable home ownership is simply to provide the resources and support to help people stay in their homes. This program does that. By allowing our homeowners to invest in their property, we will also be investing in the stability of our blocks and the quality of life in our neighborhoods. Over half of our city's residents are homeowners, yet a recent report on the Philadelphia region by the Philadelphia Federal Reserve Bank showed that low and moderate income homeowners who applied for home repair loans are getting denied at a rate of almost 75%. To overcome this daunting challenge and provide access to capital for thousands of Philadelphia homeowners, we developed a new model for public-private nonprofit partnership influenced by national best practices but custom crafted to address Philadelphia's specific market conditions. This program will additionally provide opportunities for our city's locally owned, minority, and women-owned contractors to grow their businesses. We currently have a list of over 90 contractors who expressed interest in this program so far, and more than half of them are minority or women-owned. This ambitious program is only possible thanks to the vision, courage, and leadership of our mayor and city council. It is my honor now to introduce our mayor, Jim Kenney.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone, and this is a good day for working people in Philadelphia. We know that there are hardworking families who need assistance in maintaining and preserving their homes. These families who may not qualify for additional home repair loan can now apply for the Philadelphia Neighborhood Home Preservation Loan Program, also known as Restore, Repair, and Renew. The Philadelphia Redevelopment Authority, with the help of council, partnered with local community organizations to create this low-interest rate home repair loan program. Through this program, our community partners provide homeowners with vital services, including credit repair, financial planning, and debt management during the loan application process. This invaluable program also helps preserve affordable housing by supporting homeowners who want to invest in their properties. And I want to thank PHMC, PCCA, Clarify, Univest, Finanta, PRA, especially Council President Clark and Councilwoman Parker for working together to establish a comprehensive and supportive program that will help our residents keep their homes. It is wonderful to work with council on these issues. We understand the dynamic of development in the city and how it's changing our neighborhoods for the good, but also has an unintended consequence for the people who've lived there for most of their lives. And because of lending issues and because we need to invest in more affordable housing in neighborhoods that are changing and property values are rising, this is a perfect example, along with the $80 to perhaps $100 million for the Housing Trust Fund to help also in that regard. Well, we have a budget process. We'll get to it. But this is a wonderful thing, and it gives people hopefully will give people some level of calm and comfort that there's places to go when they feel that they're being pushed out or not going to be able to afford their homes anymore. So we'll work together with council, with all of our housing and planning folks, and we'll go from there. And it's a wonderful day and a wonderful program. So thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Kenney. I want to recognize a few people. We'll formally hear from Council President, who, as the Mayor said, couldn't have done this without your great support. Councilwoman Parker, Councilman Johnson, I see Councilman Dom, Councilman Greenlee. I think that those are all the members of council who are in the room. Thank you all for coming out and showing your support. I want to recognize our director, Ann Fadulin, the Director of Planning and Development for the city. And I especially want to give a shout out to the staff of the Redevelopment Authority who've spent a huge number of hours over the last 18 months or so working on this program. Could the staff of the authority who are here please stand up for a minute? So one of the elements that sets this program apart is its model of a public-private nonprofit partnership. Our goal from the very beginning was for the public sector's role to be as light as possible, with our community and lending partners operating the program and serving as its public face. The point of entry for this program will be with 3 nonprofit partners who will provide assistance and support to homeowners throughout the entire process. We chose these partners through a competitive request for proposals, and they have been amazing, spending endless hours with us over the past 6-7 months to refine the program and position it for success. These are groups with deep experience and expertise providing financial counseling and working in communities. I'd like to briefly recognize each of our community partners. Clarify has a 53-year history of delivering budget, credit, and housing counseling, financial education workshops, and a comprehensive continuum of outcome-driven financial capability services. In attendance today is Patty Hassan, Executive Director and President, Jill Roberts, Director of the Healthy Row House Project, and other leaders from your team. Could you guys please stand up? Philadelphia Council for Community Advancement, or PCCA, is a regional nonprofit housing and community economic development organization serving the 5-county Philadelphia area since 1962. PCCA is a HUD-approved housing counseling agency whose services include pre-purchasing counseling, delinquency and default counseling, credit repair, and financial literacy. In attendance today is Alfredo de la Pena, CEO of PCCA's parent organization, Mission First Housing Group, Mark Deecher, Mission First Senior VP for Business Strategy, Chip Darling, Mission First's COO, and Aaron Williams, Housing Counselor at PCCA. Could you guys please stand? There you go. Oh. Public Health Management Corporation, or PHMC, is a nonprofit public health institute committed to creating and sustaining healthier communities. PHMC has served the greater Philadelphia region since 1972, today serving close to 350,000 clients annually, with more than 350 programs in 70 locations. PHMC believes that collaborations with public, nonprofit, and private sectors create opportunities to improve public health for individuals, families, and communities. Today joining us is Carrie Salerno, Senior Director of Economic Inclusion, Lauren Nessler, Chief Communications and Strategy Officer, Christina Miller, Managing Director for Health Promotion Services, and other PHMC leaders. Could you guys please stand? Loans in this program will be originated and serviced by 2 lenders, again selected through a competitive process. And these lenders have demonstrated an extraordinary commitment to investing in our city and our communities. I talked about before how difficult it is for low and moderate income homeowners to get capital, and these lenders are committed to working with us to make that capital available and accessible. Finanta is a mission-driven nonprofit lending institution facilitating access to capital and credit building services to entrepreneurs, consumers, and first-time homebuyers in the greater Philadelphia region. Founded in 1996, Finanta has distinguished itself in the region's micro-lending sector by delivering services in a manner that is uniquely positioned to meet the cultural, social, and language needs of immigrants, minorities, and other populations. In attendance is Michael Allis, Vice President of Lending, and other representatives from Finanta. Michael. And finally, last but not least, Univest entered the Philadelphia market in 2015 and continues to expand its presence in Philadelphia, in part by supporting programs and organizations that are making a difference in local communities across the city. Today, Univest has 6 financial centers across Philadelphia, as well as a loan production office in Center City with a staff who live, work, and are involved in the communities they serve here in the city. In attendance today is Dana Brown, Univest's Executive Vice President of Consumer Banking, along with other Univest leadership. Thank you to all of our program partners, and we look forward to working with you in the months and years ahead to make this program a success. Now, none of this would be possible without the support of City Council and the leadership and vision of Council President Darrell Clark. Council President Clark has been a major advocate for programs and services that strengthen our communities and allow our residents to live in safe, healthy, quality homes. Please welcome Council President Darrell Clark.
Thank you for your support. Good afternoon, everyone. This is genuinely a straight, you know what, so stick to the script, because you know I don't like standing up here without my colleagues, right? Because at the end of the day, nothing happens in City Council without the team. I know we're going to have some, all right, I'll follow the script. So, first of all, I want to thank the Redevelopment Authority, all the agencies. Mayor, I want to thank you so much for your support. Councilwoman Blackwell is coming in. And I want to thank them so much for all of the significant support. Let me tell you something. Councilwoman was just reminding me, Councilwoman Parker, that the first time we talked about this, you had just won your primary. That was like 4 years ago, right? This was not easy. I mean, there were a lot of people that said, no, it's too risky. There was concern, will the people pay the money back? You know, can we raise the money? Will we be able to borrow it? But the simple reality is, this is something that's needed. There are a lot of people that make just over the edge. You talk to people every day when we do the basic systems program meetings. We go out in the community and the people, they're excited, they come to the meeting, they say, oh, I make $6 too much. Well, can you just move it a little bit? Guess what? We can't, right? Because the guidelines call for a certain number. This will give those people an opportunity to participate in what I call the most affordable housing program in the city, the house that you live in. Right? Because in many cases, these homes don't have mortgages. You know, individuals up in these, particularly the middle neighborhoods where people purchase their home, but they're starting to suffer around the cracks, starting to show the times associated with the length of those properties being in existence, and they just need a little help. So I just want to say to everybody involved, and particularly the architect of this, my good friend and colleague, Councilwoman Cherelle Parker, the one that kept the pedal to the metal and the foot somewhere else that I'm not going to mention here today, to get this done. This is genuinely an awesome program, and I want to thank everybody so much for participating in it, and thank all of our colleagues. And last but not least, I want to thank the colleagues and the mayor. We took a tough vote because we had to raise the revenue to do this program. This money didn't come from the federal or the state government. They don't do that anymore. So the reality is that we had to raise the revenue on a local level, and we took the difficult vote, and at the end of the day, this will be proven to be the most significant vote we took because it's going to be to maintain the equitable growth plan for the city of Philadelphia. So I just want to thank all of them and all of you so much for your support. Thank you.
Thank you, Council President, for your leadership and support. Councilwoman Cherelle Parker, as Council President just said, has been one of the champions of this program from the beginning, helping to shape this program as a keystone of our strategy to invest in middle neighborhoods, areas that are on the edge between growth and decline. I attended a national conference on middle neighborhoods last year where the Councilwoman was one of the main speakers. She really rocked that crowd with her passionate message that we need to deliberately and intentionally invest in our middle neighborhoods to ensure that they have the resources to thrive. Please welcome up Councilwoman Cherelle Parker.
I just confessed to Council President Clark, Councilman Johnson, and Mayor Kenney that my eyes have changed over the past few years. I'm not tromboning today, Councilman Greenlee. The print is large. Let me just start by saying, as many of us know, Philadelphia's housing stock is older relative to other cities. Half of all owner-occupied housing here was built before 1945. That means that homeowners have to be able to preserve their homes. Yet, for too long, government has overlooked the middle homeowners in working-class neighborhoods, who, as Council President Clark just noted, make usually just a nickel over the income eligibility guidelines for grants, and who often get denied big banks, a passion of Councilman Johnson's. This is the case in many of the communities that I represent, like Mount Airy West and East Oak Lane, Olney, Longcrest, Lawndale, Burholme. These middle neighborhoods suffer from a misperception or a false narrative or a stigma that they're quote unquote all right. And if you are an outsider, you don't realize that the conditions in what Council President Clark called, they used to be called choice neighborhoods, Mr. President, right? This has caused cities in many instances to pit the have-nots against those who have just a little bit. But I invite you to walk down the block, look at the houses, and you'll notice the crumbling steps, the busted curbs, the bricks that need to be pointed. Go inside and you might see the water damage caused from the leaky roof, and don't even talk about the driveways, which sometimes look like minefields in and of themselves. In our great city, many of the residents of middle neighborhoods have been consistent contributors to the tax base for decades, and they have been responsible for preventing further population decline, not just here but across the nation, but again have been overlooked. I am proud, Council President Clark, and so excited that this is the result of that conversation. We didn't know what it looked like. The term middle neighborhoods, Paul Brophy hadn't come out with On the Edge, so we weren't calling it the Middle Neighborhood Program, but I thank you for your leadership in helping to generate the revenue. This program provides an affordable tool for residents in middle neighborhoods and throughout our great city to preserve their most prized asset, which is their home. Now, I will tell you, when people ask Cherelle Parker, what are you most proud of about this program? I'm most proud of the underwriting criteria. You tell me where in the nation that a 580 credit score will be able to serve as the floor. Usually banks want 700 or 720. Tell me where you're going to get a 3% fixed rate for 10 years and the income eligibility requirements are 120% of the AMI. That means a family of 2 can earn $84,000 and a family of 4 can earn $104,000. So I think we've done our best. I'm extremely proud. Want to especially say to the administration, Mayor Kenney, Ann Fadulin, along with Council President Clark and all of my colleagues, I don't know if people have been paying attention to what we've really been doing, Mr. President, but not only are we stabilizing parks, rec centers, and libraries, but now, because it doesn't matter if your park, recreation center, and library is stable, is booming, but you go in your house and it's falling apart. But we found a way today to make sure we've done a little bit of both. It's not perfect, but Philadelphia has become a national leader on this issue. We're getting it right, and I'm proud of our partnership. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Councilwoman. And I will say, at that National Middle Neighborhoods Conference, there was a lot of interest in this program, and we had to keep telling people it hasn't started yet, but it'll be good. So as Council President said, this program was really a team effort. The mayor, the administration, multiple departments, members of City Council, and I want to thank all the members of City Council for being here today, and I want to welcome up a couple more members who were key supporters of this program. So at this time, I'd like to welcome up Councilmember Kenyatta Johnson.
So I want to just ask everyone just to take a moment. This is a team effort, but I want to ask everyone to take a moment to acknowledge the 2 architects of this program. for having the vision to make sure it came to fruition. That's Council President Darrell Clark. And most importantly, I had a chance to serve with this young lady in Harrisburg, and her passion just shows through her work ethic. And that's Councilwoman Cherelle Parker. Give her a round of applause because it's so critically important that we champion these types of initiatives that will allow us to focus on development without displacement. Why I'm here and supporting this initiative is because different parts of the 2nd Councilmember District is going through severe gentrification. And although I believe that a diverse community is a strong community, we want to make sure that long-term residents have an opportunity to stay inside their homes. We hosted hearings on the issue of redlining here in the city of Philadelphia. And that's particularly some of the banks that we do business with has decided not to provide first-time home ownership loans, and most importantly, home repair loans to individuals who primarily live in African American and people of color neighborhoods. So this particular program specifically addresses that type of issue. It will allow a senior to make sure that they don't have to make a choice between paying for their prescription drugs or getting their roof repaired on their home. It will have a family decide how they will have to pay for their daycare services as opposed to falling back on getting their home repaired. And so I thank everyone for particularly stepping up to the plate and making sure we have funding for this initiative, but most importantly, all the stakeholders of making sure that this particular program goes to those who are most in need. And so again, I want to thank my colleagues for stepping up to the plate, but most importantly, making sure that those individuals who are long-time homeowners, those who stuck it out before the housing boom here in the city of Philadelphia, has an opportunity to enjoy the fruits of their labor of being homeowners inside of our neighborhoods. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Councilman. And at this time, I'd like to welcome up Councilwoman Janie Blackwell.
Good afternoon. As always, I first thank God for the privilege of seeing another day and the pleasure to be here with all of you and the pleasure to be here at this announcement of this fine program. Cherelle Parker's been talking about this issue since she came here. I can't say that I know about Harrisburg, but I know about what she's been saying in Philadelphia. And Darrell Clark, we've all been talking about it for a while and that we had to do something. And I'm just proud to be here. If you look at all the members of council, you will see that we all have issues that we deal with and issues that we've tried to do something about. I'm proud to be here for this announcement, for this special program, proud of the work they do, and I'm trying to figure out why anybody would run against us, because we do. But let me say thank you, thank you, thank you. God bless you, and spread the word so your constituents know. Thank you.
All right. So there was a day in Philadelphia when our low and middle and moderate income homeowners couldn't get access to a loan to fix up their house. That day is over. Restore, Repair, Renew is officially launched. Philadelphia homeowners, our doors are open. Our community partners and lenders are officially ready for your business. Thank you to everyone involved, and it was a lot of you, in getting us to this point. Thank you in advance for your work in the months and years ahead to ensure this program's success. Congratulations, everybody, and thank you for coming out today. Oh.
We apologize. Council President Clark, can you come up, press? And Councilman Johnson, Councilman Greenlee, Councilwoman Sanchez, Councilman Dom, can you all come out? Listen, and we're just going to quickly go through this because we just didn't. Greg Heller and your PRA team, where can you all come up here? Greg Heller and his entire PRA team, because you all helped to birth this baby.
Where is Rashia and her team here, our treasurer, and Ann Fadulin? I'm not sure if Ann's still here. And where, Mike, Herb, and Janae. Mike, Herb, and Janae, please come on up. Rachel Meadows in my office. We thank you. You hear our names, those of us who are elected, but let us be 1,000% clear and correct here. None of this work gets possible if the men and women who are a part of Council President Clark's technical team, the staff over at the Philadelphia Redevelopment Authority, oh, Lord, no. The Philadelphia Redevelopment Authority. I know somebody almost cut my throat off the other day. I was calling it something else. Yeah, I called it the wrong name. So we just want to say thank you to each and every one of you as staff who helped to make this work. It was tough, but we got here. So thank you so very much.
Thank you.